Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, a host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Serrith, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 2 versus 2 on rails and metals with me, a host, Imperial Dane. We've got in the north here Bloom and Serrith, both Wehrmacht, fighting here for Serrith, for Deutschland. Fighting here for the 5th SS Panther Division Viking, going up versus Jagdisc and Predatorhun 88, fighting here for the Soviet Union, for the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the 4th Guards Mechanized Corps. We've got Sword Industry, we've got Mechanized Support and Armored Assault. We've got Shock Army, Terror Tactics, and Shock Motor Heavy Tactics. So an interesting combination there, no shock rifle in sight. Versus Elite Troops, Mobile Defense, Festering Armor, Close Air Support, and Spearhead Doctrine. There's another Elite Troops, but you know. Bulletin's also a bit, heavy load there on the ISUs, a bit of MD42, in fact several for experience, and otherwise infantry for the rest. Got Pioneers heading up, we got an MD42 following up, here we got a mortar there, so no infantry so far. 2 Grenadier here for Bloom. Early support from company here, by the way, for Predatorhun with a maximum on the way there. And we got conscripts here moving up for Jagdisc. So a bit of a broader push here from both sides, so with a bit of an emphasis, I think, from both as well. At the same time, though, on the right-hand side, we got an MD4 moving here a bit recklessly, if anything, there by Serrith. Nothing to the spot for it. Scout of hit, which very much risks for something like this happens. So I feel a bit of a poor tactical decision right there. Of course, the MD40 is going to have to be rushed right off the field, and that is pretty much why you don't send your MD42 in first. First they're pushing, we've got Grenadiers moving ahead here. And now of course the conscripts are getting pretty heavily outgunned. 4 Grenadiers versus 6 conscripts. Lots of Kar 98K fire there. We've got the Granatenwerfer joining in. Meanwhile, Northern Fuel pumping short here up as the Wehrmacht Pioniere. Got some engineers heading centrewards. Conscripts moving in, they got the maximum up. Supporting here, conscripts holding up the building, denying it to the fascist. Mortar fires already blowing in the roof, killing several conscripts in the process. So some rather aggressive fighting here, and there we go, another MD42 moving up here for Serrith. Building already abandoned, too hazardous to remain in, with the German mortar sighted in on it. MD42 needs to set up. That comes to finding there, got grenades, and now there's something a bit more screening, ensuring the MD42 does get immediately rushed. Got Maximus supporting the conscripts, and they're going to follow up from the conscripts. Wehrmacht fought on the cover, but sadly that's not going to be protection from the MD42. Getting suppressed, they're taking nasty damage. Pioneers moving here pretty aggressive. We've got conscripts, and not engineers actually sneaking up here, doing some harassment there behind enemy lines, spoiled there by Predatorhun. Conscripts falling back here, some retreating, some just routing suspiciously in the other direction and towards the enemy. Engineers with a bit of a truck wired off to night cover to the enemy there, contributing to the building again. Mortar fire is raining down here against the Soviet positions, and looks like we got a mortar arriving for Predatorhun, a mortar all of his own. Bit of a shootout here, MD42 moving in, slowly but surely. Another maximum down the way for Predatorhun. Point there cut off, but sadly there's the missing point connecting everything, so you can't really do there. It needs to either get to the fuel point directly or need to do something a bit more seriously. Pioneers continuing, in fact, it looks like they're in fact going to continue harassing the Soviets in return. Sandbags being prepared here, even as mortar fire is raining down from above. Now the Soviet mortars here to make things a bit more unpleasant for the Germans. Looks like he's going in there for the fuel point. Good. Unless, of course, the Germans relying on the fuel point, in which case it's rather the opposite. Larger conscript force being held up here by Grenadiers, of course, the same thing said. Otherwise, in mortar fire, they're certainly having a bit of an easier time here. Now the Grenadiers are basically held down by the cover. They can't move away too far away from it. Conscripts here helping in as well. We've got the MD4 joining in. Trying to flank in. Can't quite get a good shot there. I think on the conscripts first we're getting good damage. MD Maximum there could move ahead. We got MD42 flanking in here. It's bold again, so getting rather overconfident there. Few point cut off from the Germans. No, we got tech up there, and we got tech up there as well for Bloom. We got support him coming there while they're going up for Jagdisc back in his base. As you can see, the little shield icon there. Got the MD4 fighting instead and getting increasingly outnumbered. And there go, quickly forced away. Serrith once more, playing a bit tricky. There go, mortar run down straight to the trench, killing Paul Dimitri. Shattering him like porcelain made of meat, which doesn't really make sense. Maxim here, the MG42, the MG42 does have the heavy cover advantage here, so basically that Maxim is losing out there versus the more impressive rate of fire of the MG42. And mortar firing down as well, so does not make things easier. The house collapsing, dust flowing all over. You got constant advantage coming straight to another MG42 this time from Bloom, stopping the conscripts in the tracks, catching in the middle of the road. And this MG42 falling back here, so certain multiple threatens to extinguish their lives like candles in a storm. Put left hand side there, rapidly lost to the Serrith as they're shifting more forces in there. Good, good. And we got more stuff moving up here from Predator. We've got 3 conscripts, 2 Maxims, and a mortar. Got a single mortar here for
mortar crew ready. We are ready to go, comrades.
Right, Jagdisc. A bit of light artillery support there, so now the Serrith are certainly adding in a bit more versus the Germans. We got a light mechanized company already up here for Bloom, getting a scout crew in there, and we've not got quite here though for Serrith, who's actually flowing quite a bit of manpower already. He seems to be relying only his MG42s. More, he's getting a scout car though, but is he just planning a lot of Panther grenadier or something? Because it does seem more he's got this much manpower, so basically floating around this early in the match. I mean, he could at least try and build some fuel caches or something. 2-1 there, ramming for Bloom. The Serrith continue pressing forwards. With another Maxim here now, this from Jagdisc, and he's got mechanized support here up for him. Gonna do this with that machine gun firing. We got mortar fire, we got engineers moving ahead. And it's certainly a bit of a perilous situation there with 2 certain mortars. 82, which was a bit of a slightly inordinate caliber, if you will. Most others actually used 81mm for some reason. The Serrith used 82. This sort of story going about, so watch the enemy couldn't use them. Though in fact they could. Though even if they used their own niches, they wouldn't quite get the same amount of power out of them, so little fun detail there. So, wiped out a bit of harsh loss there to Bloom. We got by the way from Serrith, we got mobile defense, which could maybe close in a bit better what he's flowing a lot of manpower for. He might actually be thinking about Ostrom or Serrith just flooding the field with them, which I suppose is interesting. The problem is, these few units out on the field, he's not really doing a lot of damage to quickly get towards it. I mean, it's either that he needs to begin building a lot of fuel caches, that way get some experience, and you do also get experience and stuff for the command points if you build buildings. So, ill thing there. Mortar fire control, we got veterans 1 here for the Predatorhun's 1. He could then use concentrated, well, precision strike, I mean, to sort of knock out units more specifically. About 2 scout cars here. Bloom and Serrith both now with auto cannons, while the assault cannons here on the left side for Predatorhun. Bloom and Serrith trying to hold on to things here, but it's looking a bit tenuous. We got Serrith here trying to assist here with these light puncher speedwagon. Conscripts there run away. Conscripts moving forwards. MG42 covering up there.
Defensive smoke now available for armor. Infantry squads have been issued stun grenades.
Sandbags going down there for Jagdisc, preparing a more defensive position further. Good, good. I think we'll try a bit more aggressive now. We got the German bolts a bit of trouble. They're interested in attempt there for some precision strike versus it. Just for some quickly cleared out. I mean, precision strike is, I think, a bit of an underutilized ability since it can be used to quickly, well, get off a very good strike versus any enemy precision. Particular support weapons could be, for example, quickly wiped out with it if used properly. Got a take up here for Predatorhun. Got a mechanized armor company. We got Bloom here going for elite Truppen. He is not taken up, and neither has Serrith. We got fuel caches here going off for both Serrith players, by the way. So they're definitely getting a bit more fuel here to deal with the fascist onslaught. That machine gun fire there before 2 moving in. Left and centre being held tenuously at the moment by Serrith. Need to, I think, be a bit more aggressive. He could push forward with the scout car, actually catch the fuel caches and knock them out. That would certainly help them a bit out. Field gun here advancing. And missing the scout car like that. Poor job, Dimitri. Poor form. Gonna the unit there wiped out by a mortar shot there. Things are certainly getting unpleasant here for the Germans. And we got a bit incendiary rounds here being utilised by Serrith. Good job increasing the damage. And seeing those communists running. Question, of course, here, what will Predatorhun get from this? I mean, a Katyusha right now could perhaps be a good choice. Of course, you might not be worrying about enemy armor, in which case an H-35 could work. And we finally got some fuel caches going up here. We got both Serrith and Bloom building them. And Serrith can soon then actually get up the Osttroben. So there we go, 2 fuel caches for the Axis as well. So both sides, in fact, having 2 of them. There'll certainly be a lot more fuel going on in this battle, and thus overall more armor. Scout here, trying to from the conscript submachine guns up close. DV-41s, and there you go, field gun delivers the killing blow, carrying it apart. And there we go, we got Ostrom riding for Serrith, finally starting to float manpower. Bringing in several units there, though he did not get the best call in there. Only one with even a slight bit of veterans, and that is only veterans he was still. He's finally getting some infantry. We've got pioneers, I think, setting up an additional fuel cache. Now the Germans are offering the hand here to 3 fuel caches, which didn't give them a bit of a head start then versus the Soviets, who's only got 2 fuel caches. MG42 turning the engineers apart up close, got Contra all ramming in. MG42 cannot turn just in time here, so nicely assaulted out by Predatorhun. And Serrith to the realize is pulling back the MG42, leaving the west air open to the communist assault. Doing his best to hold them back here, but sadly, Bloom's defences seem to be collapsing as well, making good use of cover here. In fact, cover himself placed previously. Jagdisc advances. We're not really seeing much of his doctrine there, no guards so far, for example. Predatorhun, on the other hand, is making use of shock troops and submachine guns. He could also call in the heavy mortar for himself, actually, but looks like he's not doing that. So monitoring on there. Jagdisc continues here. Tank command up for him. Good. We got support armor co-op for Bloom and for Serrith. We're actually seeing a tech towards tier 4 there. Splendid stuff there. In fact, Germans have got 4 fuel caches up. That's quite a bit there. Certainly also large manpower expenditure. It might just work out. Particularly with the currently a bit slower approach, I think, from the search. We've got more incendiary being used with Bloom's MG42, but doesn't last long before the enemy mortar fire knocks it up. Rather unfortunate there. Territories moving back and forth here and there. We got a half tank on the way for Jagdisc action. Interesting choice there, interesting choice. Shock just a bit of assault, quick grenade popped off, not quite succeeding to hit. We got a Panther ball there, arriving for Bloom in a few moments. We got more Ostrom arriving here for Serrith. Pretty much all veterans who on there. Getting much luck there, you see. Scout gun advances, taking the field gun there, a bit off guard, but quick push away before the field gun gets some hits back, popping smoke just in case. Ostrom here finding versus constant with submachine guns. An interesting stalemate there. I think the scout car got knocked out, so a bit of a loss there for the Germans. Panther 4 almost done here for Bloom, by the way. Rather short on units, only got 3 gun units in the Panther 4. Of course, he's hoping the Panther 4 should be able to turn this around. And there we go, Panzer Kampfwagen here mobilised for service. The Serrith. Shocks from here, Pioneers being pushed away, Maxim firing away. The M51, by the way, here being the Lend-Lease half-track essentially for the Americans. They didn't really see much themselves, partly due to the armour being actually not quite as good as on the M301, which is actually the one they preferred. Little fun fact there. Though interesting enough, the M5 half-track actually had more mountings for machine guns, 50 caliber in front and then 2 30 calibers on the side, which actually meant that the M5 half-track could lay down a lot more firepower, though of course the question is for much use of it. I don't know, for some of the British apparently not being used for some of the additional 30 caliber mountings, for example. I don't know about the Soviets, that could very likely be possible. Panther 4 there, by the way, troop training the utilized it quickly, veterans up. Good job there, a lot of players neglected, but clearly not moving here, which is nice to see. Mortar firing down here in the Soviet advance, make some positions which are rather exposed. With no anti-tank support in this case, the Panther 4 quickly tears apart them. Tears them apart. Slightly terrible grammar there, I'm apologising for. Field gun, mortar, half-tank horse ensuring he can reinforce at the front line, making it harder here to push off Jagdisc, who handles things properly. At the same time, things are rather slowing down here. We've got Predatorhun pushing back forwards. Nothing really from the mechanized armor company. H-85, of course, might be now a choice to help versus the Panther 4. Otherwise, I still think a Katyusha might be an idea. So, Mortar doing their best to make miserable lives of German infantrymen miserable here at the front. And there you go, H-85 there on the way for Predatorhun. Serrith maintaining control. Here we go. Oh, grenades going off there. Even as the incendiary rounds are tearing apart the conscripts. Crawling forwards. No Molotovs though. No Molotovs. Bit of a surprise there. And there we go. Heavy Panzer co-op here for Serrith. Opening up for Panthers and Sturmpanzers. Ostrom here trying with the submachine that's quickly tearing through them. The Ostrom unable to hold up against that kind of withering assault. Pioneers sneaking about there, and overall the Soviets aren't really making much progress. Just relying a bit too much then crude tactics at times, therefore it's not really say an attempted smoke grenade to lay down the smoke screen to open up for an assault. Also any real flanking attempts. Almost got the Pioneers there, almost. Panther 4 getting ready for another push, halfway to Veteran T2 already. That troop training certainly paid off for it. Lots of mines though, that's good, that's good. Certainly should help versus enemy armor. There we go, the HV5. Medium tank destroyer moves ahead. Counter-attack here by Pioneers with Ostrom support forces back. The shock troopers already a bit depleted in engagement with the fascists. Ostrom holding up there, Serrith doing his best to push back the communists there from the west side. We got another MG42 moving in. Panther halfway there already. That's definitely going to make things a bit more comfortable here for the Russians. Jagdisc, I think, is just basically playing for the ISU. More fuel caches, by the way, would certainly also benefit the Soviets. By the way, they don't really seem to be adding in anymore. Still an ISU should be able to tear apart the infantry, even the armour, using the proper rounds, of course. Don't need to stop by the Maxim field gun, could bombard here as well if Jagdisc wants to expend the munitions on it. Predatorhun doing what they can to basically solve the enemy advance, so there's not really much you can do here with only a mix of submachine guns, which is basically rather terrible at range.
We have lost the machine gun crew.
A half-track here laying down a vicious hailstorm of 50 caliber fire there.
Okay, that's the last one.
And before helping out on the conscripts. Got using turning around, so we got the Panther 4 moving in almost ready to, and we got another Panther 4 here. For Plume this time, they're not trained up, and conscripts they're almost annihilated. In fact, there we go, they were annihilated. And there you go, half-track takes a nice hit. We got incendiary rounds going up there, tearing through the trench position. Field gun opening up. They're currently half-track, but the half-track does get knocked out. Harsh blow there to Jagdisc. I'm actually telling me for the mid-game analysis, current situation is for the Soviets. They are rather on the back foot. Their strategy so far has rather seemed to be sort of try just to advance a certain amount of points and then go no further. A bit of harassment there, but overall no sort of real attempt sort of destroying the enemy forces. Besides the defensive, no sort of grand flanking manoeuvres, which I think is rather giving the Germans a bit more to work with. In fact, I mean, we got Predatorhun basically going for HV5, but he's rather holding the back a bit passively. And in fact, you should consider adding in another one now, as we've got a Panther and two Panzer IVs on the field, since Jagdisc is not going to be able to help much with only a field gun or two, and waiting for the ISU. So in that regard, I mean, Predatorhun is going to need to pull him off his weight, and that means another HV5, and then he's going to have to basically hope he can catch the tanks and knock them out in swift order. Another fuel cache, by the way, would be of help there to help Jagdisc speed towards the ISU, though. Otherwise, you need to sort of try and catch the Panzers and then sort of push forwards and deny as much fuel as possible. If they can get behind enemy lines, maybe break up some fuel caches, that would be a good thing there for the Soviet players as well. But I do feel at a certain point that what's gotten them here is basically a bit of a tendency towards passiveness. And again, what happens with some team games is basically they just see, okay, we need the point, we get them, and then we don't really move any further. I mean, that's a bit of a dangerous attitude, since it gives your opponent some room to work with, for example, to counterattack and find out, you know, how to deal with you, which can occasionally, of course, just involve taking up for the bigger stuff and then sort of barge through, in particular if one player, of course, is then waiting for the doctrinal stuff. And again, that's also one of the things you have to be careful with when you're playing, you know, for the doctrinal stuff, in particular the heavier late game stuff. I mean, you have to make sure in a team game you actually got the L1 able to really cover up for you, because you're going to leave a huge gap then between if your opponents do not go for him, which is exactly what's happening here. The Germans in this case, of course, realising probably partly due to the metagame been so far there, I mean, if they go for some regular armour before that, they can do a lot of damage and pressure their opponents a lot more. And with two Panther 4s and a Panther, that's exactly what's happening, and that's definitely something the Soviets will need to react on. So in this case, Predatorhun's going to have to pick up the slack, get up another HV5 and try to deal with it. If he can do that, that should give them sufficient breathing space to sort of get anything done here with the ice shoe. Otherwise, they very much risk slowly getting outmaneuvered and overwhelmed. As for the Germans, I mean, a bit more infantry, I think, for Bloom. Maybe some Panzer Grenadier here and there could work out. Another Panzer IV. Maybe some more troop training to help them veterancy up further. Otherwise, I think they should sort of try and break through here to try to sort of flank the Serrith position. See if they can do that. That would do a lot for them. Basically collapse the situation here, in fact. And I think that could very rapidly win them the game. Instead of just sort of trying to barge head on, which is not exactly the most imaginative way of sort of trying to break the enemy. So let's return here to the fight. See what actually happens here. Got a Panther rush, Panther full rush, and then go to that before then we can sort of get out any of their sort of heavy armor, which again one player is at least aiming for. Panther here taking apart the Maxims, going into the machine guns. And there we go, Maxim full wiped out.
Tanks are now available.
Good job there with the Panther Kampfwagen 5. And we got a command tank arriving here as well. A command tank, an interesting decision. Part of me would have rather suspected maybe a Sturm Panzer to help with his infantry, since that does pack a bit more punch than the command tank. Also, a fun fact about the Panther, sort of the earlier models had a problem with the engines. It was basically an aircraft engine. If the tank's engine was basically tilted at a certain angle, fuel would basically sort of rush into it and actually burst into flames. Odd little design there for the tank. It was fixed, but you know, it was one of the many kinks the Panther had throughout the war. Machine gun bunker here, by the way, covering things up. Comes there taking fire, and it is being rushed off. And there it goes, stopped here by the withering machine gun fire force on the way. The command tank got his can as well, which isn't really so much. I think got some more troop training here, allowing the other Panther force to quickly veterans up. Good, good. As for Javier doing his best to push back the Panther, not doing too much there, but still better than nothing. Shock to assault going up here. And there you go, H5 takes it for the Panther. Misses though, misses. Another hit there though. Another hit back from the Panther, getting the H5 down to half health. We got an MD4 this storm away from the Germans. We got a command tank going in there. H5 could get off a hit there, and ow, hits the fence. Good lord, Dimitri. Now this has a constant advancing with Maxim is thrown away by the Grenadiers, even though they lose another man. That's quite a waste of infantry by Bloom. Needs to be careful of that, to be honest. That could give an opening there for the Russians to break through, even with those Panzer IVs, which are both now getting increasingly closer eventually to, and thus being tougher. So if the pairing is Panther, could stand to be a bit more aggressive, and Predatorhun definitely needs another H5. But we actually got a howitzer going up now, an interesting decision here. Not necessarily what I'd recommend at the moment, but since he got options for producers, I would rather see that. There we go, veteran 2 on the Panther 4. H5 away needing repairs before that thing gets knocked out in short order. Not much going on here from Serrith though. He's being a bit passive. Again, be careful with that. Be careful with that. And there we go, got more troop training here for Bloom. Looks like some fresh Grenadiers are arriving. Got quickly pushed up to veteran 3. Good work there. Good decision, I think, by Bloom. Those need to fall back. Panther 4 there, almost fully repaired. So, well, the Panther's actually fully repaired now. I think he just needs to push forward. Come on, Serrith. Pressure the opponent. MD4 here with Pioneers, pop the forwards, and we got there command tank opening up on the shock troopers as well. Max was knocked by the support. H5 doing nothing for us, is basically waiting for repairs there, not too good repair tactics. Panther 4 needs to move ahead, Grenadiers moving 40 under fire. Another half tank, an interesting decision there by Jagdisc. Then again, he's got plenty of fuel. He just needs manpower. In the meanwhile, of course, he can try and maintain his position here, so of course, not bad then, not bad. I mean, it's a good thing to have a half tank as general sort of trying to enforce frontline troops. Means you have to waste less time retreating back and forth, but rather, you know, one has to push, if you maybe shouldn't pull it just a bit back rather than having it that far forwards. Meanwhile, Serrith continues to slowly move forwards here. MD4 about to get wiped out. We got a Maxim coming here from the building. There we go. MD4 wiped out. Panther not really doing anything. Come on, Serrith. You went for a Panther. Use it. No reason in being so passive. I mean, the Serriths did that, and look what's happening to them now. there's a clear difference here. It's actually rather doing the work here, which I find a bit disappointing. Because I think it's Serrith actually got the bigger stuff. But, you know, I mean, again, try to be aggressive. In fact, we're noting here that Bloom's actually rather hit out of the Serrith as well. And again, that basically comes about from him being the more aggressive player, the one applying more pressure to his opponents. So there's another reason, you know, being passive and just waiting for the later game stuff is actually a bit disadvantageous, actually in terms of command points, also if you're behind. It's a good job there by Bloom. Bit disappointing there by Serrith. I definitely feel he's a bit too passive overall at the moment, again considering the equipment available to him. And there we go, we finally got an issue here arriving for Jagdisc, the Schwero boy, the beast killer. Based on the IS-2, upgraded there with a 152mm high velocity gun. And then basically blowing away fortified positions, and the like could also use, of course, in destroying tanks, which thus known as the Schwero boy or beast killer for that exactly. Panther force moving ahead here. Hits going off, and the Panther force needs to pull back. And there you go, Vector 2 for that one as well. ISU opening up here. It's already switched out to high explosive rounds, which rather means it's not really effective as the armor due to the increased penetration on the high explosive round. Serrith really needs to get a bit more active here. He's holding way much too back now. He's actually getting all the pressure to be laid down on the show, which is overall not really something you should be allowing there again at the same time. Oh, we finally got the H-85 repaired here. It's hard to, by the way, not really getting down English or really killing barrages. Might be here that Predatorhun is being used some slightly unfortunate artillery tactics. Strike here from the Luftwaffe, quickly those Ostrom running as cannon fire rakes them apart. Panther rolling back here, looks like we might see a sort of a flank attempt to the base rush. What is exactly thinking? I'm not entirely sure what Serrith is thinking. It seems to be as rather odd. Command tank coming from the H-5. Giving the H-5 free experience, by the way. Not a good choice there by Serrith, if anything. Strike there from the Luftwaffe. Panthers holding back there. Balloon could consider more Panthers. Of course, you could try and aim up for a Tiger race now. Second H-5 finally on the way there for Predatorhun. I feel that is way much too late there. Way much too late. Third Panther 4 there. Looks like Bloom is not aiming for the Panther 4. Conscripts hiding about there. Again, a bit of passive there from the Soviets. Panther force being strike towards the center there. H-5 turning. Need to switch over to armor piercing rounds here on the ISU. Shot fired. Failed to penetrate. Come on, Jagdisc. Armor piercing. H-5 moving forward, trying to get some kills at the same time. Got Panther moving in. So, by the way, please again another Panther thing. All the Storm punch up. There we go. H-5 flanked. Still no high plus round. Oh, I'm picking up. Still got to get a discord there. I suppose that counts for something. But I think rather the armor's right now the threat. They start getting some flank shot. There we go. Veteran to increase rate of fire there. Panther takes another devastating hit. Still no armor piercing rounds. H-5 should be soon here on the field. In fact, it is. Panther taking heavy damage. Needs to be careful there. In fact, there should be a chance of now to actually push forward and knock it out. Particularly since Serrith's got absolutely no anti-tank guns. Seems like he's not pursuing again. We see here from Predatorhun a passiveness, and there you go, another high explosive round, wiping up some Ostrom. Repairs are needed, but at the same time I would say armor piercing rounds are also needed. Smoke screen going down into the shore, the shot conscripts here trying to take to a victory point and not wiped up. Victory point, well, they're not looking good there for the Soviets.
Ready for order. We are ready for action. Good command.
Conscripts taking losses. Panther force there taking hits. Still no armor piercing rounds there. I definitely feel that's a larger mistake there from Jagdisc. I mean, he probably could have knocked out those Panther 4s, at least forced them away much sooner, had he bothered with it. Well, he could even have gotten that Panther, which again, by the way, is not being pursued either. In fact, it's damaged right there, close to the front line. The Soviets are doing nothing to pursue it, or even pressure the enemy there. Again, I feel there's a large degree there of passiveness from Predatorhun and Jagdisc. Further mortar raining down there. MD crew taking losses. Panther blitzkrieging forwards. Going straight here with the shock troopers. At the same time, we got the ISU firing. Still high explosive rounds though. Still high explosives.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
And we've got a second Panther here arriving. Fresh to the front line for Serrith. Adding in more armour. Increasingly things are looking much more favourable for the Germans again due to the overall passiveness displayed by the Soviets. Field gun firing there. Veteran D2. ISU firing there. And we got the howitzer firing. We hadn't done much in at all. We hadn't got a single kill in. Oh, there we go. Of course, just about I'm saying that he gets something killed, but still. I mean, he's got so much manpower as well. I really think Predatorhun's going to bother with that howitzer, at least not yet, and he's got some more S-85s out. MG wiped out. Still no, he's right there. Got Panther striking in. S-85 falls back here. Almost victory free. Need to turn off focus sight though. Still no armor piercing rounds though. What are you doing, Jagdisc? Finally shifting towards it. Panthers pull back again, not being pursued. Go, they're getting mixed into one. S-85 needs to be careful, careful, careful. Panther almost knocked out. Oh, the S-85 at the front line. Still with focus sight on and wiped out. That was not good there for Predatorhun. That was a waste of a veteran free S-85. That could very well be a moment in the loss in the game. Beyond all reparation, Panther 4 knocked out, but still they just lost 2 S-85s, including one veteran free. Absolutely catastrophic there for the Serrith players. Now there's pretty much nothing preventing these Panther 4s and the Panther rushing forwards. We got another archer arriving there for Jagdisc, but I fear it's too late now. Much too late. We got the howitzer firing, getting off-board kills. I rather feel that's also happening too late. There we go. Nice flank here by the Panther 4 veteran to blitzkrieging up behind the ISU. Excellently executed there. Excellently executed. Another ISU there opening up. Getting off a good hit there. Still, the other ISU is in deep shite, and there you go. Veteran 3 popping smoke, pulls back. Needs to pull back further here. Command tank advancing. Where are the Panthers? Get them in there. Get them in the Serrith. Panther 4 lost. He lingered a bit too long there. Bit too long. Panther moves in. ISU's bad situation there. Bad situation. Nothing to stop here. No consequence anti-tank grenades. No nothing. Once the assault grenades here have been bypassed, they are pretty much helpless. And now things are still collapsing here for the Soviets. Panther striking in. Other Panther moving to the north. Damage engine that hit a mine there, and there you go. ISU knocked out. Building collapsed. Units inside wiped out. Field gun there trying to fire away. He's maintaining this position, but that's about it. So it's really sort of holding it together here for Jagdisc, even as the Panthers tearing into everything else. Command tank playing in. There we go. Another Veggie 2 Panther 4 here. In fact, that's the only Panther 4 though left. How's they in trouble? And there we go. More shots in the ISU. Don't drive in front of it though, Blue. Don't drive in front of it. Howitzer firing again. Smoke's being doing out in here to basically cover up the ISU. Not bad, but it might not be enough here. There you go, Victory 2 for the Panther, increasing armor, but at this range, I don't think it's going to matter much versus the ISU. Panther 4 moving in again. Panther misses though. The ISU also misses. Panther 4 fails to penetrate the rear. Shot went through. Panther moving in for the kill, and there you go, ISU out of control as it drives into the smoke. And Jagdisc pretty much has nothing left. Predatorhun's got nothing left either, really. Germans, on the other hand, are looking much stronger, much more dominant. Panther 4 fighting away there, getting the half track. And Howitzer about to get knocked out. And yeah, this is pretty much GG. So it have been crushed. Their own passiveness came their undoing. And there we go, GG, GG, and of course let the lesson be, as always, when it comes to team games, you know, don't just move to a certain point and decide you've done enough. I mean, that was really basically what hurt the Soviets here. That combined with basically Predatorhun and Jagdisc, there was clearly a disalignment there, which rather left an opening there for the Germans sort of quickly rush for armour and sort of basically break through with the armour. I will say that the Germans could have flanked better, I think, early on and done a lot more damage to the Serrith through here, but, you know, there's that, and then I think also Serrith himself was a bit too passive, but at the very least Blum was active, and there's rather Blum's activity, Blum's aggression, that rather allowed the Germans to sort of slowly win the game. It also, of course, gave Blum a notable advantage there in command points out with using good use of MGs, but also, you know, his doctrine, I mean, make good use of troop training those Panther force allowing to get a lot more out of them. That was excellently done. Serrith made good use of incendiary rounds on this MG42s, again, a bit too passive from our side, but also the basically also the use of fuel cans, of course, turned to be quite advantageous. I mean, the Serriths went for some, but never quite as many. The Howitzer field was also a poor choice, considering the overall engagement, the overall threat there, which was large in terms of armour. Had Predatorhun, I think, gone for more H-85s early, had he been a bit more aggressive, overall trying to push up more the right, left flank, I think he could have won this for them, but it never quite happened, and overall, again, their decision just to move to here and here, with some slight harassment up here, basically became their undoing, because that basically allowed the Germans to build up and strike them right where they hurt, which is basically, you know, in the armour department, since again Jagdisc was waiting for the ISU and Predatorhun basically only went for one H-35. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this 2 vs 2. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you some ideas for matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and I'll provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dane. Cheers and thank you all for watching. Bye.